The headlines. National Security Council orders disbandment of NAT force. National Human Rights Commission panel awards 289 million naira compensation to 74 NSAS victims. Flooding cut off Akwanga, Lafia bridges in Nasarawa. Away from Nigeria, Ukraine's President Zelensky involved in car accident. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. Beginning with security matters, the National Security Council has urged those behind the creation of National Task Force on the prohibition of illegal importation, smuggling of arms, ammunition, light weapons, chemical weapons, and pipeline vandalism to disband the illegal outfit or be forced to do so by security agencies. The Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, announced this Thursday while briefing State House reporters alongside his police affairs counterpart, Mohammed Maigari Dingyadi, after the NSC meeting presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari at the council chambers of the presidential villa in Abuja. The bill to legalize the NAT force is currently being considered in the National Assembly amid opposition from the security experts. Aregbesola, who said that the highest security executive body expressed satisfaction with the performance of security agencies in the fight against insecurity, added that the administration hopes to end security challenges by December this year. One of the vigilantes has been killed while another sustained severe gunshot injuries when bandits in their numbers reportedly attacked Ebo community in Lapai local government area of Niger State. Daily Trust gathered that several villagers were also abducted in series of attacks on the surrounding communities. It is reported that bandits arrived the Ebo community at about 10:45 in the night and went straight to vigilante office where they killed one of the vigilantes and shot another one on the leg. The report said that the attack came 4 days after the neighboring communities of Bada and Yaba, border communities to the Federal Capital Territory, were attacked, where one person lost his life while several residents fled their homes. Residents said that attackers also raided Angwang Dajing Gomna in Bada community and kidnapped 5 persons before moving to Zago village and Lafiang Zago, where they operated for hours. The bandits were said to have operated for about 5 hours and abducted over 10 people. Niger State Police Command DSP Wasiu Abiodun could not be reached as at the time of filing this report. Still on security matters, the Nigerian Army has kickstarted an operation named Still Waters to ensure crisis-free Yuletide sessions across the country. In Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, the 22 Armored Brigade Nigeria Army Sobi Barracks also kickstarted the exercise, which is to refresh the officers' knowledge of battle mapping strategies. According to Brigadier General Adebayo Babalola, the Still Waters exercise is to prepare towards the forthcoming festive season. The routine was organized by the Nigerian Army across all 36 states of the Federation to ensure safety of lives and property.
Yes, the various ongoing operation is geared towards ensuring that Nigerians sleep with their eyes closed. So it's a simultaneous one going on all over the country. Northeast, northwest, north central, and other parts of the country. So with this operation now, we are being proactive to ensure that we deny criminals freedom of action and to defeat them in all their hideouts in all parts of the country.
Now, it has been 7 months since ASUU began industrial action, which has crippled the already fragile education sector. The prolonged industrial action, however, had frustrated both parties involved. Noel Sampson reports that due to the failed negotiations, federal government has taken ASUU to an industrial court to find resolution.
Pleas have been made by parents, students, and stakeholders in both the private and public sectors on the ongoing industrial action, but seem to have failed on the FS as both parties are adamant. And with the recent development of dragging ASUU court by the federal government, it appears solution to these pending issues could be far-fetched, which can lead to more decay on the education sector. These and other reasons prompted a non-state actor, the AYGF, to organize a press conference urging both parties to come to a common ground so that the industrial action can come to an end. The Director General of the organization made this plea in a statement. He highlighted the negative effect of the strike on the students, parents, and the country at large. He said this will put a heavy burden on the already fragile education sector.
We owe the country the responsibility, the stakeholders the responsibility to be able to contribute to the process of resolving the ongoing ASUU strike in the country. The strike is not helping. It's not going to get our students the desired educational access. And so to that extent, it becomes incumbent and instructive for all the warring parties to come back to the negotiation table. Our students, our young people today are stranded. Some of them are already traumatized. Some of them are passing through a lot of emotional and psychosocial issues already because they have been left at home for so long. And they're already exposed, they're already vulnerable to all, challenges and social and even insecurity. The whole world is not going to wait for us because ASUU in Nigeria is on strike. And Nigeria shouldn't be left behind in terms of development milestones, particularly in the education sector.
It is paramount for both parties to come to an amicable agreement before it is too late for the students. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now, the National Human Rights Commission has awarded 289 million naira in second compensation to 74 beneficiaries of police brutality. The compensation is awarded by the panel set up by the federal government in November 2020 following the NSAS protest, which was triggered by nationwide allegations of police brutality. The panel was directed to investigate the allegations of violations of human rights by the defunct Special Anti-Robbery Squad and other police units. The chairman of the NHRC Governing Board, Salamatu Suleiman, congratulated the petitioners for their belief in the human rights mechanisms in Nigeria.
The Commission will work towards putting in place a permanent mechanism through which we will address cases of any brutality by security agencies and others which are associated with human rights violations arising from their operations. We call upon Nigerians to continue to uphold their rights and make good use of the offices of the Commission in all the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT to report violations of their rights, to follow up, and together we can assure you that we'll work to ensure that the respect and enjoyment of human rights becomes the centerpiece of our democracy.
We are here today to award compensation to 74 beneficiaries, and these beneficiaries are drawn from different aspects of the subject matter of the panel. And by this subject matter, I would want to just emphasize that out of the 74, 25 are for extrajudicial killings, 4 are for enforced disappearances, 25 are for torture, inhuman and degrading treatment, 16 are for illegal arrest and prolonged detention, and 4 are for confiscation of property, extortion, and threat to life. In terms of the Naira and Kobo, how much are we paying out today? By the approval of the National Human Rights Commission and the decision of the Independent Investigative Panel, We are paying out today the total sum of 289,384,094 naira.
A heavy rainfall that lasted for hours, accompanied by flash floods, have cut off half of bridge that connected Nasarawa and Plateau states in Akwanga. This is coming barely 48 hours after same heavy rain that causes flooding washed away half of the bridge on the expressway between Isa Mustafa Agwai Polytechnic and Bukan City in Lafia, the state capital. The collapsed bridge near Jinjin Hotel in the heart of Akwanga is also used by motorists coming from Kaduna, Plateau, Bauchi, Gombe, among others, who are heading to Abuja. According to reports, heavy-duty vehicles have been diverted to narrow streets, while other half of the bridge that is still intact is used by smaller vehicles and motorcycles, which the village head described as a death trap. All efforts to speak with the Akwanga local government chairman failed. People living with disability have lent their voices to the need for federal government to increase the number of people with special needs in the cash grants for vulnerable groups. They made the appeal at the launching of cash disbursement to 5,679 people under Social Investment Program in Bauchi. Adamu Imam has more.
The program is a federal government initiative aimed at reducing the financial burden on some vulnerable groups, especially among women across the country. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk, affirmed that the program will reach identified beneficiaries across the country. Ilya Ismail and Princess Marcus are people with the special needs and beneficiaries of the program.
Life is very difficult to us. Things are very, very difficult. So with this, we support ourselves in terms of financial and health and some other things. So we're saying thank you, and we'll use this money in such a way that will benefit us, will be used to us also.
Women who represent a larger percentage of the beneficiaries are positive that the interest-free loan will improve their social well-being.
We also happy because it's help. They really help us so that we can establish something to be doing in this state. I pray that God will continue to strengthen them and bless them in the mighty name of Jesus.
More than 4,000 farmers, traders, and market women have received the loans under the second phase of the program known as JIP 2.0. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
A federal high court in Abuja has ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission to accept and publish Godswill Akpabio's name as the candidate of the All Progressives Congress for the Akwa Ibom Northwest District for the 2023 elections. Delivering the judgment in Abuja, Justice Emeka Nwite held that INEC acted illegally by refusing to accept and publish Mr. Akpabio's name since it was sent to the Election Commission by the APC. INEC had refused to recognize Akpabio as a candidate because the commission did not monitor the APC primary which he claimed to have won. Akpabio, a former Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, contested the APC presidential primary in Abuja, but stepped down for the former governor of Lagos State, Bola Tinubu, who emerged as the party presidential candidate. You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Coming up shortly. Rivers residents lament fuel scarcity. Details of this and more after the break.
Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. This is Trust News Update. Here is a reminder of our top stories. National Security Council orders disbandment of NAT force. National Human Rights Commission panel awards 289 million naira compensation to 74 NSAS victims. There are indications prices of foodstuff in Adamawa will rise beyond comprehension if substantive agreement is not reached between state government, Amalgamated Union of Foodstuff and Cattle Dealers over imposed internal generated revenue IGR on products in the state. The unions are protesting 5,000 naira per cow and 300 naira per bag of grain IGR imposed on them by the state governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri. Salis Lawan has more.
A release from Adamawa State Board of Internal Revenue indicated that the state government has increased the revenue for cattle from 200 naira to 5,000 naira, while a bag of grain, which was 20 naira, is now increased to 300 naira. Other animals are horses and donkeys from 500 naira to 10,000 naira. The release also indicated that revenue to be paid for sheep, cows and pigs, which was 100 naira, has been increased to 500 naira. This development has shaken the three major cattle markets and most of the grassroots markets in Adamawa, as many see it as an anti-people initiative.
This 5,000 naira, we cannot accept. We cannot agree to this. This is very high, like it's set off for our business. He need to destroy our business completely, totally. We cannot accept like that. This is destroying, is set off. This is set off for this illegality increasing. Increasing from 200 naira. We're increasing 300 naira. It's okay. This is our stand. If the government never accept like that, we cannot agree to accept to increasing anything from this.
This decision that Adamawa State has been taking, it will not. There's no any businessman that can survive on it. There's no any cattle dealer that can do this and survive again and continue and handle the business again. It can be. If not, we're going to disassociate the Adamawa State government from our business at all. We'll pack to everywhere in this country and do our business. There's many different types of states that has the cattle and they are inviting us.
This development has led to the death of many cows whose worth is in millions of naira. According to the union's leadership, they said they cannot continue to see their members suffer in silence.
We gathered here to show our grievances. Paying 5,000 naira as a revenue per cow is not possible, and we cannot afford it. We are urging the state governor to review this law for the betterment of all.
It's been a week now that we have not traded our products. The government promised to renovate the market and nothing has been done yet. We had a meeting with the government delegation where we urged them to forget about the issue of clearance on the road. Rather, they should concentrate on collecting their revenue. Today is the 7th day that our people are still in custody of their products without marketing them, of which such has caused huge loss. So this is the reason why we decided to call on our people from different locations here in order to forward our complaints. We are pleading with the government to look into the matter.
Stakeholders believed reviewing the new IGR law will go a long way towards solving the soaring revenue crisis between state government and the unions. Salis Lawan, Trust TV News, Yola.
Motorists and residents in Port Harcourt have appealed to government at all levels and relevant authorities to find out the root cause of continuous rise in price and scarcity of petroleum products in rivers. They made the call as residents buy fuel at 250 naira per litre. The report.
Some residents who were on queue to purchase petroleum product at the NNPC in Port Harcourt town complained that they have stayed so long without any hope of getting the fuel, while some who could not bear the queue are patronizing the black market where prices are exorbitant. They urged the government to, as a matter of urgency, intervene as all economic activities are beginning to be halted due to fuel scarcity. They called on the government to also resolve the pending issues between security operatives on highways and petroleum tanker drivers who were said to have parked their vehicles by the roadside along Aba Road for over a week now. The tanker drivers complain of how the security operatives have been allegedly extorting money from them.
It's 5:30 in the morning. We are on this queue trying to get fuel. Before yesterday, I bought it at the rate of 200 naira at Oliozu. But there is fuel, and they are holding this fuel because of the issues they are passing through. Whenever they want to load, they are paying excess money to the security agent, which is affecting their product. And we, the masses, are feeling the heat. Not even then, the masses are feeling the heat.
Just because day before yesterday, we started hearing about the fuel price will increase. Yesterday, I bought it from Air Force, 250 naira per liter. It's very bad, and I'm a commercial driver. I find it difficult to make it because I bought for a very high price.
It's very bad for what they are doing to us. And the election is coming. All these things we're supposed to have them free. We're not supposed to suffer before we have common fuel. And this is one of the important things in life that the common need to have. So what we are saying is, let them release this thing anywhere they are keeping it.
The government are not helping matter. Instead of them to make things to be easy for the masses, so for us to go front, we are going backward every time. We will not hear that we are going forward. We are going backward.
It's getting out of hand. Like, see, we have been in hold up since, not because of they don't want to be poor, but because of the fuel scarcity. Even the fuel station has been filled, and still yes, nobody will be able to get fuel. We are still waiting. And the price of the fuel has increased. In fuel station, we do buy fuel now 200, 300. Outside black market, are telling us 500. No, we need help. We need help from the federal government. Let them look into this matter.
As at the time of filing this report, most petroleum fuel stations in Port Harcourt were closed, and those open have long queue.
The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has suspended Asman Air for failing to meet the requirements for AOC renewal. The regulatory body said that it had given Asman Air much time to review the AOC, but failed despite issuing the airline another 30 days ultimatum to meet the requirements. The suspension comes few weeks after the NCAA threatened to withdraw airlines' licenses over indebtedness to the regulatory agency. A spokesperson with the airline, Noura Aliyu, said efforts are on to address the issue as soon as possible. Nigeria's consumer price index has increased to 20.52%, 7% short of the current record of 28.20% recorded in 2005, the National Bureau of Statistics has shown. NBS, in a report released on Thursday, said that the headline inflation rate, which was a 3.52% points higher compared to the rate recorded in August last year, also reduced when compared to July this year by 0.05%. It said that the increases were caused by a rise in prices of bread, the cereals, and food products like potatoes, yam, and other tuber, fish, meat, oil, and fat. Meanwhile, it said that the decline on month-on-month basis was due to reduction in prices of some food products due to the harvest season and stability in transportation cost due to availability of fuel. Now, away from Nigeria, a motorist collided with a vehicle carrying Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky as his motorcade passed through Kyiv, though the president was not seriously injured in the accident. Spokesman to the president, Sergei Nikiforov, who confirmed the incident in a statement posted on Facebook, said that medics accompanying the president provided the driver of the passenger car with emergency aid and transferred him to an ambulance. He said that the doctor who examined President Zelensky said no serious injuries were detected, adding that law enforcement officers will investigate the circumstances of the accident. And in sports news, ahead of the second leg of CAF Confederation Cup, the advanced team of FAAC of Morocco has arrived in Ikene, Ogun State. The advanced team touched down in Ikenne on Wednesday. The Moroccan side will hope to secure favorable result against Nigeria's representative Remo Stars after they failed to win at home in the first leg. The Sky Blue boys proved bookmakers wrong by securing a 1-1 draw in Rabat. The second leg game is slated for Remo Stars Stadium on Sunday, with both teams requiring an outright victory to progress to the next round of the qualifier. And that's a wrap on Trust News Update. You can watch more via all our social media platforms and also watch us live on YouTube. I am Ayuba Ile. Thank you for watching.